There it is.
Away. When he jumped me, I thought it was the end.
Allah be praised for your Majesty's escape.
Call a doctor and let no one else in.
Where are you taking me?
Are you afraid to murder me in my own country?
In the name of the Sultan.
Like a windy day in Paris when the curtains go high, or the gentlemen are thrilled to death and sky. Turn
You seem so alone, without friends, surrounded by enemies. I feel
sympathy.
The man you released, the love of a certain lady. That man has now become the leader of the conspirators in Salonika. Love before now has been the ruin of a king.
Do you know why I never sleep twice running in the same room? Why I daren't sleep at all? Why I wear a steel jacket? Why I keep a revolver in every room, in every pocket, in every corner, and have a double? Why I keep an army of spies and spies to spy on spies?
Aggregation of wild animals in captivity. Bomba, the famous man-killing Bengal tiger, and the snarling cats that have thrilled audiences everywhere. And the Orlandos, death-defying aerialists, whose feats of daring have never been equaled. They're all in Tromba, the Tiger Man. Tromba, the terrible, the magnificent, who dared enter the cage of big cats, undefended except by his strange, hypnotic eyes. Tromba, whose magic helped him weave a spell against which every woman was defenseless. His terrible jealousy brought death to those who challenged him.
You'll make her fall.
Wait here a minute.
The dramatic story of a strange gift that ended by possessing its possessor and driving him to the most desperate act of his life. The greatest man versus tiger fight ever filmed.
Just returned from America, where I addressed the International Convention of Chiefs of Police and wrote for the Sunday Empire News on the American underworld today. I met men and women of America's crime-fighting machine, and criminals too. I met this man. No, he isn't on the wanted list. He's Jack Webb, who plays Sergeant Joe Friday in the film Dragnet. Friday is just an ordinary American police officer, honest, resourceful, and courageous. And in Dragnet, he tells with vivid realism a true tale of detection from the files of the American police. Jack Webb both directs and stars in what is the most factual insight into American police methods I've ever seen. As in my own Scotland Yard films, facts are everything. It is a tough film, but then fighting crime is a tough business.
Tonight, my dear Maxwell, I'm ready to try my experiment on a human. Yes? In the morgue, there is a lethal gassed suicide. An ideal specimen. Have you made arrangements?
It's horrible, I tell you. Working on the dead. Trying to bring back life. It's not natural. You with your weird ideas. Haven't I stayed here and nursed dying dogs? Yeah. And even that miserable cat? Agony! I can't stand this torture! Stealing through my body, creeping through my veins, pouring in my blood. Oh, there's the fire in my brain. This is the one. Here. My gosh. Them stiffs is getting heavier and more of them every day. The gleam is gone. The Hurricane Express will not get through the record.
Larry, the westbound and Hurricane Express are going to crash.
What are you doing? I'm going to try and sidetrack one of those trains. You can't make a landing here. You track up the plane. I've got to take that chance. We can't let those trains crash.
Jealous of this old boiler, Dad.
Why shouldn't I be? My boy, she's part of me. Or maybe I'm just part of her, I don't know. I took her out on her first run. And I hope I'll be at her throttle when I make my last. Oh, Dad!
You killed my father!
It wasn't my fault! Honestly, it wasn't. Honestly, someone struck me down from behind!
They got the jungle, but they started to death.
The man who murdered my father. I swore I'd get you.
boys and girls are having a hop at the local soda fountain. Innocently, they dance, innocent of a new and deadly menace lurking behind closed doors. Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell. In this film, you will see the ease with which this vicious plant can be grown in your neighbor's yard, rolled into harmless-looking cigarettes, hidden in an innocent shoe or watch case. In this startling film, you will see dopesters lure children to destruction.
We're going over to Joe's place. Why don't you come along? We have a date to play instead of doubles. Oh, you can play anytime. Come on, we'll have some laughs. Can I go along with you? Sure. Hey, I'll see you at dinner, Sid.
If you want a good smoke, try one of these.
You will meet Bill, who once took pride in his strong will as he takes the first step toward enslavement.
Of course, if you're afraid.
Smoking the soul-destroying reefer, they find a moment's pleasure, but at a terrible price. Debauchery, violence, murder, suicide. And the ultimate end of the marijuana addict. Hopeless insanity. Important film now, before it is too late.
You keep right up.
The homosexual, it is true, at times does adopt the clothing or the makeup of a woman to lure members of his own sex. But this is not so for the transvestite. The transvestite is not interested in those of their own sex. The clothing is not worn to attract the attention of their own sex, but to eliminate themselves from being a member of that sex. Glenn is engaged to be married to Barbara. Glenn's problem is a deep one, but he must tell her soon. She's begun to notice things. Soon she will realize. He learned that foreign doctors were doing marvelous work with a sex change. Man to woman, woman to man.
Say, did you read about the guy that had his sex changed to a girl? Says he was perfectly normal, too.
How can a guy be normal and go and do a thing like that to himself?
What about their children, Doctor? Would their children become the same way their father is?
Glenda has made the decision. If the newspapers had not gotten hold of the story, it would have gone untold, unnoticed as so many others in medical history. Why is the modern world shocked by this headline? Why? Then comes the major surgery, the removal of the man and the formation of the woman. A woman born at the age of 24.
A new life is begun.
The body of the woman within begins to appear now. The world is shocked by a person who changed his sex. Thus, the strange case of Glenn, who was Glenda, one and the same person. Not half man, half woman, but nevertheless man and woman in the same body. He dares to enter the street dressed in the clothes he so much desires to wear.
Do you realize what would happen if every man in the country that wanted to wear women's clothes or felt like a woman went to their doctors and wanted a sex change?
Glenn and all the hundreds of thousands of other Glens across the nation face quite a problem.